When the congregation at the Springfield First Church of the Brethren arrived for worship on this particular Sunday, they had no idea what exactly was going to transpire. It's that way every Sunday, because the worship service at this church is planned by a 6-member worship team that turns over each service to one of the team members to do as they hear God leading them.
I've probably spent 2 weeks thinking about what this was going to be and making sure, but it came together mostly for me in the last 24 hours.
When the Springfield congregation lost its pastor, members looked around and decided on a team approach to planning their Sunday service.
We knew that we were a part of a very gifted congregation, and people were biblically literate and had experience with public speaking.
And, we have a couple of ordained pastors. We have musicians. We have folks who know the Bible well. And so we thought we could give this a try.
And we ended up with a committee of 6 people who were willing to oversee it.
Those 6 people meet every other month or so and divide up the Sundays and are responsible for the service that day.
You don't have to preach that Sunday, but you're in charge of planning the worship and reaching out to whoever might help with it. So we just divvy it up and then we get back together in a few months.
When Bill plans the service, as a historian, he usually shares some context information associated with the text and at times brings in outside musicians.
I get to see different styles of preaching, and sometimes it's not preaching. It might be a service project. It might be more music-based, and so it's nice to have just a variety of things.
Laura planned a service around the theme of service, and the congregation put their faith into action.
We did cleanup buckets for Church World Service, and we did it as our worship. So we had some songs and some scriptures and some packing of buckets, and I thought it was a beautiful service. We were sitting in a circle in the basement that when we were all singing together, it was just beautiful, and the songs carried directly across the circle from you, and it put our lesson into action together, and we had fun with it.
The congregation isn't sure how long this model will be used, but for over a year it's been working well.
Well, we've been sitting in the pews with each other for years now, and now we're discovering the faith of the people that we share this congregation with, and I'll often leave in tears. I would have had no idea of the depth of the faith of the people that I share this congregation with.
We have become closely identified with one another and sort of woven together in a way that we weren't before.
There's a church board that works at the other functions of a church.
The ministry team works on worship services exclusively, and then the board has the nurture, the witness, the stewards, and they pick up the other responsibilities.
Other members also work with the neighborhood program during the week.
We have an after-school program where children from the neighborhood elementary school come to our meeting house for after school on Tuesdays, and they all live in the neighborhood.
While reaching outside the church doors, the Springfield congregation has discovered that this collaborative style of ministry is bringing their members closer together and closer to God.
We've been using this model for over a year now, and it's working, I think, and the congregation believes quite well.